What in the flying fungulation is that?
Have you ever seen a plant that was hybridized with an elephant? Believe it or not, that's what this is right here. See those things that are going over like that? They look like elephant trunks. Well, there's a reason they look like that, because in this rare instance, this type of agave over here got loose in a zoo, and it basically, well, got with an elephant, or maybe the elephant got with it. I'm not sure exactly how it all went down that night, but this is the baby right here. Look at this. This is crazy. Look at that thing. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. It's like, oh, look at that. Does that look a little bit like the McDonald's arches? Just a little bit? Or is it just me? All right, it's all muddy. It's rained here all night, but I'm gonna get muddy just for you to show you something super duper cool. Look at this thing. All right, so have you ever seen, look at this. It looks like, look at the bees. There's bees out. It's totally rained, it's cold. I'm down here in Vista, California, right near my growing ground that I grow a bunch of plants for you guys to ship up north because the weather's so good down here. Usually it's raining and cold right now, but it's January. And look, usually during the rainstorms, bees don't come out at all. They hide. And that's one of the reasons why avocados have a tough time fruiting when there's cold and rainy weather and cloudy weather during their flowering season, which is in early spring. If you have a real late rains and cold in early spring, then you usually don't get a lot of fruit set because the bees are not out. But they're out today, even though it's super cold, because they love this plant so much. Look at this thing. Have you ever seen a plant that just goes, whoa, dude, I'm gonna go way up super high. I'm gonna make this crazy arch, and you're gonna love it. My arch is gonna be so cool. It's gonna be the coolest arch of all. And it goes all the way over and all the way down, right into here, into the little buds. And then it has a buddy next door that says, no way, dude, that was like not even that cool because I can do the same thing you can do. Woo, up and over. And then his buddy next door to him's like, you know what? That's nothing special. I got something on you. Here's a single arch. And then boom, 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 boogie. Look at this. You've got a double arch, just like that. It's like a double rainbow. It's gonna change my life. This is crazy. It's a double rainbow. Anyway, so what do we have here today? Look at the architecture on these plants. It is just so striking to see these flowers on this hillside. Okay, so down to business. What do we have here? What do we have? What is this thing? This is it's actually not hybridized with an elephant. It has nothing to do with an elephant. It's native to Mexico. And it is an agave. Now, most agaves, as most of you know, are super thorny. Look at the color. Look at the color on that. This is just the regular green one. There's all these cool varieties now. In fact, one that I created, two I created, Cara's Stripes and Reyes Gold. I need to do a video on those. Cara's Stripes has all this variegation. See that little line of variegation right there? Cara's Stripes has a lot more of that. Now look at the pattern. When it rolls up, all agaves like create this little pattern on the inside from when they were rolled up in a spear like this. And now what's great about this agave is it's completely thornless. Agave attenuata, the soft tip agave. Now there's no way you can hurt yourself on this agave like you can on most other agaves. It does have this big spear right here. And I suppose if you could fell on that with your head, like did a headbutt, like wanted to take this agave on and just went, you get stuck and you have to call the fire department. Somebody get me out of here. I can't get off this. I got it off. You don't have to call the fire department. Okay, anyway, this is a great plant to use. It's super drought tolerant. It's up here on this dry hillside. And you'll see these plants growing completely abandoned once they get this big, even in San Diego where it only rains 15 inches a year or less. And it's a wonderful ground cover and slope cover. And what's also really neat about this agave is the fact that when it rains, you get these beautiful little beads of water that stick to it that look a lot like diamonds to me. And you can watch this, be pretty cool. Do a little demonstration here. So there they are on the plant, and you can just go, whoop, 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 and there they go. It's kind of like Gore-Tex material, you know? I mean, the Gore-Tex, it just rolls off in beads. Watch. There. And look at this. Ready? Just like Gore-Tex. So maybe you can like put this all over your body and stitch it all together, and you will not have to pay North Face for a bunch of Gore-Tex. That's an idea. That might be the new thing. The eco-friendly jacket. Anyway, so agave attenuata, soft tip agave. It's wonderful in pots. One of the reasons it's wonderful in pots is there are no thorns. Usually pots are in human interface zones. That's a great way to use it. But you see here, they've used it on a big hillside here. And you can see ultimately, someday, when the plants get big, you won't even have a double rainbow. You won't even have a triple rainbow. You'll have a quintuplet rainbow. There you go. And if you want to come down to Vista and see all these really cool plants, you must know that I have a Airbnb little spot. When I'm down here at my growing ground, I have this cool little spot, this Spanish house. It's on Airbnb as Sunrise Tropical Vista Paradise. And you can even borrow my surfboards if you want. And take a look at that. And I have a great botanical garden there. This is right down the street. So you can sit here, come down here, and just like stalk these plants like I do. You know, I think the people in this neighborhood are gonna get a little tired of me, but anyway, that's it. Agave attenuata. Come on down to the nursery and get them. We always have them. Boom.